Good, y'all. Dr.Trehunna. This is a quick PSA for all the women who is pre-diabetic or have pre-hypertension. And if you're somebody who never gets checked out from a doctor, men, please make sure you get your blood work done at least once a year, at least. So majority of us heard from our doctor, hey, you pre-diabetic, don't even worry about it, right? Oh, hey, you got pre-hypertension, don't even worry about it, right? Because you're not diabetic yet. You don't have hypertension yet. Believe it or not, that is not the case. So today, what we're going to talk about is why you need to fix this immediately once you hear these words.
Hey guys,
My name's Michelle.
Nita, Sarah, Peyton, Talia, Jazz,
Marquita.
I'm a physique.
product.
Period. You love to see.
What is pre-diabetes? So every single time you eat carbs, it's going to turn to sugar. If you eat sugar, it's going to turn to sugar. Doesn't matter. It breaks down to the same molecule in the human body, and that is called glucose. And every single time you have some form of food, especially carbs or sugar, your body's going to secrete a hormone called insulin. Now, the whole purpose of insulin is to help dispose of the glucose in your bloodstream. It's going to send some to your muscles, it's going to send some to your brain, etc. When you're pre-diabetic, that means you start to become more glucose intolerant. Your cells can only take in so much energy. But because you continue to feed yourself and you're not utilizing the energy that's already inside your cells, your body's saying, hey, I don't know what you want me to do with this extra glucose or this extra energy. I literally do not have enough room to put more inside me, which is the cell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and become resistant to the signal that you're sending me. Your body's saying, hey, well, something must be wrong because we still see a whole lot of glucose in our system. So what we're going to do is we're going to secrete more insulin. Keep that in mind. When you're pre-diabetic, your body's secreting a lot more insulin than it needs to. And the reason why it's secreting a lot more insulin than it needs to is because your cells are not listening. Your cells are not listening because your cells are already full of energy because you're not using it. Pre-diabetes. That means that your insulin levels are high, but your glucose levels are still low. But the reason why your glucose levels are still low is because your body's producing way more insulin than it's supposed to. So you're not experiencing any crazy adverse symptoms yet, but it will. Ironically, a lot of people don't know that it takes you about 10 years to become pre-diabetic or to be full-blown diabetic. 10 years of you continuing to make the wrong food decisions day by day. But you cannot be held liable. Why? Because you don't know what is the proper food decision to make day to day. You just copy and mimic what everybody else do, and you're eating based off what you've seen your parents do. Now let's think about it. Is your parents the most metabolically healthy people that you've seen on earth? Probably not. If your parents are anything like mine, no. If you came from a minority-based household, majority of the time, our parents are pre-diabetic, on polypharmacy, which means they're taking multiple pills, or they got some hypertension, which is the silent killer. If you have hypertension, you're diabetic. So from now on, oh, I just got high blood pressure, best believe you're diabetic. In order for you to become full-blown diabetic, your body's producing so much insulin, and your cells not responding, and because your cells not responding now, your glucose levels are not low, it's rising, to the point that now your fasting glucose levels is approximately 120 milliliters per deciliter. If your fasting glucose is over 120, that means you really need to start paying attention to what you're eating. If it's over 140, craziness. You're full-blown diabetic, you need to go ahead and start fixing your diet. Is pre-diabetes a death sentence? No. But do you have to start putting things in motion once you learn that you're pre-diabetic? Please, yes. That way you're saving yourself. Because a lot of people don't understand that when you're diabetic, you don't die from diabetes. You die from cardiovascular complications. You die from atrial fibrillation. You die from congenital heart failure. You die from cardiovascular disease. You die from coronary heart disease. Something that has to do with your heart is going to fail, and that's because you got too much glucose in the system, and it's causing plaquing inside your arteries. And sooner or later, God forbid, you might have a stroke, which is the blockage of the brain, or you might have a heart attack, which is the blockage of the heart. So hope y'all learned something today. Do not ever let your doctor say, hey, you're pre-diabetic, don't worry about it. Ironically, he's trying to put you on some medication, that way he can get some money in the back end. Call metformin. Cool? Last but not least, because I see this is a hot topic, please do not rely on these new peptides such as semaglutide, right? These new weight loss drugs. If you don't change your lifestyle, this is going to be a reoccurring issue for you. All you got to do is change your diet. Do not have something man-made, ultra-processed every single day, and technically you'll be good. If you're somebody who's not active, have less starches. If you're somebody who is active, you can have more starches. There's an opportunity cost to everything in life. So if you want to have your carbs, you want to have that rice, the potatoes, the sweet potatoes, you need to work out more. And I'm not talking about 1 time a week. I'm talking about at least 4 to 5 times a week. And working out doesn't mean just lifting weights. You can just go for a walk. Do some Pilates. Do solid core. Do Orange Theory. Do kickboxing. Do something that you love that's going to get your body moving and your blood flowing. Please. That's your reset tip of the day. It's going to be stay snatched all the time. Knowing it's summertime. Talk to you soon.